Ja Morant led the Memphis Grizzlies to a big-time dub at home last night. The Grizzlies were taking on the Houston Rockets, and Ja Morant dropped 26 points of 10-11 from the field, 8 assists, 5 rebounds. The Grizzlies have won 5 in a row. They're now the 8th seed in the Western Conference and surging. A little bit ahead of schedule for most fans out there. A lot of people expected Ja and Jaren Jackson and company to struggle for a few years, stockpile some more picks, and then at some point in the next 5 to 7 years, hit their growth spurt. But this team looks prime and ready, with Portland having an abysmal season. Obviously, the Golden State Warriors unhealthy. San Antonio's taking a step backwards as well. The Grizzlies are looking around like, yo, we might make the playoffs this year. And if you're a Memphis Grizzlies fan, I am from Memphis. I'm a Laker fan, but I am from Memphis. If you're from Memphis, not only do you have to be optimistic about what you saw, you got to be looking around like, yo, this could be great. The Lakers are about 4 or 5 games ahead of number 2 in the Western Conference. So let's just say the Lakers stay at that 1 spot. Let's just say the Grizzlies settle in at that 8th spot. If you're the Memphis Grizzlies, and you can take on the biggest brand in basketball right now, LeBron James, the Los Angeles Lakers, Anthony Davis, you got all these big boys coming into your house for Game 3. If you could win Game 3, losing 5 to a team that's favored to get to the Western Conference Finals in the Lakers, that would be great for that organization. I think Ja Morant's been amazing. On the court, I pretty much knew what I was getting out of the rookie out of Murray State. But what I didn't know I would get from him is the leadership that just seems like it's instilled in him. His intangibles are a lot better than I thought. The Grizzlies have pretty much given him the keys to the franchise. I watched a lot of basketball when Mike Conley was the starting point guard of the Grizzlies for pretty much a decade. Look, Conley had moments where he was great. At one point, he was the highest paid player in the league. But let's call a spade a spade. Mike Conley doesn't encompass the city of Memphis. So many times I think what you sleep on is your best player has to be for most cities, maybe not like a Los Angeles or something like that, but more times than not, your best player has to encompass the city's DNA. I don't care what team it is, your best player's got to encompass the city's DNA. Mike Conley didn't do that for Memphis. Ja Morant, I know he was the number 2 pick, but this kid's been slept on his whole life. He's embracing the city of Memphis. The city of Memphis is embracing him. Memphis hasn't had a high flyer of this caliber. I know Rudy Gay could get up, don't get me wrong, but Ja Morant's different because he's the primary ball handler. He can score in ways Rudy Gay could never. This is the best athlete the Memphis Grizzlies organization has ever had. So this is just great. I think this is a great mix of the two. The fact that Ja has embraced Memphis, trust and believe, we're loyal to ours. That's why Zach Randolph was able to revitalize his career in Memphis. Memphis looked at Zebo as one of our own. That dude could move and live wherever the hell he wants to for the rest of his life. We'll always associate Zach Randolph, Tony Allen with being from Memphis because they represent the city's grit and grind DNA. That's what Memphis is about, grit and grind. Ja Morant, he encompasses a little of that. He's got it in him. It looks like he likes the city of Memphis. I see him going to a couple basketball games in the city. He's going to be fine in Memphis. All he needs now is a couple more pieces around him, and this team could easily be the 8th seed this year. Next year you look up, you're the 6th seed. 2 years down the line, now you're a 3rd or 4th seed. That's the trajectory, and I think that's the confidence that this kid, Ja Morant, has in himself. Already going to win a Rookie of the Year award. That's already set in stone with Zion being out up until this point. I love what Ja Morant has done for that Memphis Grizzlies franchise. He is putting, I'm not going to say revitalize, because he's putting a new energy that the city, from a basketball standpoint, has never had. You into sports, we got you. NFL news, I got you. NBA news, NBA highlights, NBA full coverage, feature stories, all that great stuff, I got you. We even got a little bit of Madden and 2K mixed in. Subscribe to this platform, and I got you. More quality content on the way. Subscribe.